Who do you feel like settles more in today's society, men or women, when it comes to relationships?
Um, I would say women.
Women settle more.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
I just feel like nowadays it's hard to find like a high quality guy, and
Okay.
they kind of just have to like
Take what they can get?
take what they can get nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like women.
But everyone, I feel like, every woman has a different definition of high value man, kind of what you said. I'm going to let you finish unless you have more to add. I have my own take on it. But
Go.
okay, you don't have anything else to say?
No, just go.
Okay, so my take on it is also women, but it's not necessarily because there isn't high value men, because I feel like most women in society view that money related. Like, can he provide this? Can he provide that? A lot of women are materialistic, right? I say it's women because of that. Like, if a man does have money, they're willing to settle even if he's a bad person. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think money is the deciding factor on if if a woman will settle down with a man or not.
A lot of
I
times.
think, yeah, it throws a lot of other morals out the way.
Right.
Prime example, would you rather have a man who's completely successful, let's say millionaire, but he cheats on you, or a man who makes, average 50K, 60K, 70K a
And who
year,
loves you.
but who loves you and treats you well?
Yeah,
Most
obviously that
women, I would argue, would take the millionaire dude who cheats.
Well, but that goes back to like how your morals and values are too.
Correct. But okay, so why I say women settle more is because I don't think men can't really settle. Like, they can, but like, if you're a high value man, like if you're attractive,
No, I see a lot of men settle.
okay, but settle in what way? Because I think it might come down to personality. Like, if a woman's a bitch, right? Like, if she's just a bad person, she's rude, she's nagging, like, maybe he settles.
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so I was just gonna say, like, let's say there's a successful guy, he has his shit together, makes money, independent, lives by himself. I don't see men like that settling just because, oh, she has money. Like, I don't think women really kind of have a factor that would make a man settle. Go
I
ahead.
think that
For the
if-
word of settling.
I think a high value man won't settle because they're a high value man. And the same goes for a girl. A girl who's a high value woman won't settle for a man who's not a high value man.
Okay,
Like,
so let's say, for example, let's say you have these IG baddies where in society, they're high value because they're young, they're attractive, they look good. Yeah, are they a wifey? Absolutely not.
Right.
Right? So it's like, what I think it kind of comes down to what a man is really looking for.
Yeah,
So
of
that's why I
course.
say I think a man is a deciding factor in this, which is why I say more women settle than men do, because men really decide what they want. Right? Do they want a wifey or do
Well,
they want a girl who's just a bimbo,
I
but she
think-
looks good?
I think another take on it too is like a lot of women settle because they have men who are not really what they're looking for, but they see their potential. And a lot of women like
Okay.
women tend to think that they can change a man when like you can't, right? Like we can all agree.
I don't think a woman can change a man, but I think she can. Yes, very
No,
much
I mean
support
the
him.
right guy will change for a woman, but like women can't change men. Like you have to understand that whoever you're dating, if their habits are certain things, they're not going to change. You know, like they are who they are.
Yeah. No, I mean,
To a
overall,
point.
I would agree. Yeah, I mean, you can't
a
talk
point.
about the oddball. Yeah.
So a lot of women settle because they think that they can change their man, or I'll give him so much love that he'll change, or
Oh,
he'll
no,
be
I
so
don't agree
loyal
with
to
that.
me because I cook for him and I clean for him. So women do all of these things, giving their heart when the men don't care.
Yeah. No,
So
I
that's
wouldn't.
a lot of women settle.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of relationships of friends of mine that they're in that.
Yeah. No, I would agree that women are more emotional and get attached to the man, so they settle for who they want him to be, not who he is.
Right.
What they would hope that he could be,
Correct. Mm-hmm.
but he's not. So again, women still settle.
I do think
more.
women settle more,
And then-
100%. Because at the end of the day, the ball is in the women's court always. Like
But let's say the woman. What?
Jared,
The
like
ball is in the woman's court.
yeah, like she's the deciding factor on like how far something goes. Like if you don't want it to go so far,
okay.
you stop.
Okay.
That will show if the man is really interested in you or not.
That is true when it comes to genuine relationships, but I'm saying in society, right? We see a lot of women who aren't in it for something genuine and it's materialistic, right? So like they settle for a man who's not their type. But because he has money, she's willing to establish something with him. Obviously, it's not genuine.
I definitely see that a lot.
It's not genuine, right? How many times do you see an ugly girl, right? How many times do you see an attractive woman with an ugly dude?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, but
how many times do you see an ugly dude with a baddie? Not often. Not often. Not often.
But I don't think if a girl is with a guy who's maybe not a 10 out of 10, it's probably just because the guy had the balls to go up to her. And the good-looking guy who thinks that he's better than everybody and who doesn't want to hurt his ego doesn't go up to the girl.
Yeah, no, I would agree that most, I don't want to say it in a bad way, but like average-looking dudes, right, goes down to the hypothetical I said earlier. Like, if a dude treats a woman right, I think women at the end of the day do respect that as a whole. 100%. Obviously, social media-wise and what society thinks, like these women out here that are birds, like they really don't get attention like that. Unless it's like a 40, 50-year-old dude who's a weirdo. Right. Right? You feel me? Or like these lames. So I do think that more women, again, I don't know if it's settling, but I think if a guy treats her right.
I don't think it's settling.
I don't think it's settling. If she gets treated the way she wants to be treated, then I wouldn't view it as settling. But I'm saying that I don't think there's a factor for men to really settle unless they want to come out of the game. Does that make sense?
Repeat that?
Okay, so like let's say there's this dude who's quote unquote high value, right? That one woman will make him change. But I don't view that as settling because he's choosing to settle down, but it's not like, I got nothing going for me. Like, I just got to take this. Like, I don't see that happening for men. Like, I've never seen a relatively like put together dude with an ugly woman. You get what I'm saying?
I have.
To each their own world, huh?
Yeah, everyone's different.
Okay, no, fair. I'm just saying from my personal experiences, like as a man and other dudes that I know is that like, obviously if a woman treats you right, you're going to choose her. Like, yeah, people say like settle down, but I think there's a difference between settling and choosing.
I would agree.
You feel me? So like a man and a woman will choose to be with someone for distinct reasons.
Settling is when you know you can get better, but you
don't.
But you see the person right in front of you and you're like, oh, but they're here. I'll take this. Yeah, I'll take this because I don't know when someone else is going to come.
Correct.
That's like how you don't know your value. So you're settling for cualquier persona because you're like, oh, just in case no one else comes.
I hope people are bilingual. It's okay, guys. She's Cuban. It's okay, guys. She's Cuban. Just let it flow. Let her rock. But no, I would agree that it's one of those things. It's so situational that I think you have to talk about like what is someone's intentions in it. But I do think overall as a society, as much as it sucks to say that women do settle more, because I do think a lot of men, and, you know, I say this all the time, don't know how to treat women nowadays. So women get a little bit of nice treatment and they like think that they'll never get it again. Right. Even though they're really just getting the bare minimum. Right. So that is also why I say women get.
Because they've never been treated like well before. So they see that and they're like, oh my God, this guy's so nice. Like all he did was open the door for you, you know?
Correct.
There's a lot more that men can offer.
Yeah.
So but you have to like carry yourself as a woman as someone who deserves that treatment. Because a lot of girls don't walk around like that.
Okay. So this kind of led into my next topic, but we'll keep it flowing, would be, do you think how do I say this? Because I don't want to say it improperly. But yeah, I guess at the end of the day, do you think, because obviously we all know that family plays a huge factor in someone's upbringing, growth. But I would say, how do you view like your partner? If you're meeting someone, do you care about their connection like with their family?
I would like for like my person to have a good relationship with family, just because I think that if they value their family, then they're going to value like your family that you create with them. I think it's definitely important. I think it's obviously situational, because if you grew up in a terrible household, like,
well, yeah, that's what I was,
there's only so much you can control. But like at the end of the day, you're an adult, so you should be carrying yourself in a way that's not going to be the same as like how your family is.
I think overall, I shouldn't say maybe family, how parenting went, specifically parenting, because obviously you have the bad households, and if they were a bad parent, you can't really chalk it up to that person. Right. But I would say, like, even with you and your sister, and like I've said it to you before, like how important it is for women to be raised by a father the right way,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like you just said, like they're the ones who have the father's going to be the one to give a girl the first treatment, like,
Right,
the
because at the
princess
end of the day,
treatment.
like as a daughter, you don't know how to be treated by a man until you get it, right? Like, so if your dad is not showing you love, you don't know how to take it, and you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, so then you get that little bit from like some random ass dude in high school that like you think is love, but it's
Right.
really like toxic
and
love.
you wouldn't know
Yeah.
because you never knew how
You
it
never
felt
felt
to be
real
loved.
love. Yeah, so I think for women specifically, which is what I was going to kind of tie this to, it's more important to have that parental guidance from her father.
For
But
sure.
obviously fathers play a huge role for, I think, for daughters and sons, but it's completely different kind of roles.
Yeah.
Whereas like motherhood, for example, for like me and my mom are like this. Like we're mad cool now, but I can't necessarily say, like, my mom kind of gave me like tough love. And I feel like that was good for me. But like with women nowadays, they're like, oh, you know that you could be softer.
Right.
But it's like my mother raised me.
Right.
So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like the opposite versus like for daughters, they get love from their father in theory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then that goes to show, like, I've definitely met some women with daddy issues. And it's so clear.
It's clear.
It's so clear on how women act if their father is in their life or not.
Yeah.
Like, it's so obvious.
It is.
And it's honestly something that I realized a lot more now that I'm 26. That, like, when you're, like, 22, 23, and you're kind of, like, in the mix of it, it doesn't matter. Because you're still, like, young. You're kind of, like, in your going out stage. But, like, when you're really trying to, like, settle down and, like, pick people's brain or just have genuine conversation, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, like, you were not raised the right way.
Right.
Like, maybe it's not their fault because it's their parents.
And that's okay, as long as when you want to be able to create a family of your own, you don't follow those same like terrible habits.
Yeah, I mean, self-accountability at the end of the day. You can't blame your parents like, oh, my father was like this, so I'm like this. Like, my
Right.
dad sucked, right? But I can't just chalk up everything that I might do that sucks
Right.
and blame my dad. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, that's not something that I would do.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do.
A lot of people do.
So that kind of rolled into, because you kind of brought it up on how people are raised,
I think it
how
plays a huge
parenting
role.
is so important.
A huge role. I mean, religious beliefs, how you're raised, like all of that plays a role in how your relationship is going to be.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. You asked me.
Okay. I don't really
Pull
have
it
a
up.
question.
But yeah, settling definitely comes from, like you said, like what you're first shown and where your expectations and your standards are.
Right, but also like another point is in your family, like your mom and your dad, if they weren't a good example of what a marriage is, then you're not going to really know what to expect out of your relationship. Like for me,
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
like for me, for example, like I grew up watching my parents like love each other and create a family, and like that's what I want. And it's a healthy relationship, right? Like obviously, you know, parents fight and stuff like that, but one thing my parents always told me was like, we're never gonna get a divorce, you don't have to worry. Like, because me and my sister would see them fighting and we would be like, oh my god, like
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
get a
yeah,
divorce.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like, we're just fighting, like
Yeah.
we're never gonna get a divorce, don't worry. So that was also, but like their relationship they're like both Christians, so that's like in their values and their morals, so it's obviously different. But I think having a good example of parents is a huge like factor in how you see relationships as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would say mine's the opposite, because I didn't, like, I was raised by a single mom, right? Which is why I say, like, she's the one who kind of raised me, which is a whole other talking point for women that, like, they have to go through a lot in society. But I want the opposite, because I never grew up in that household. Like, I never had big Thanksgiving, like,
Right.
holidays, like, family holidays, like, were never really a thing for me growing up. It was me, my mom, and my grandma. So it's like, I want the opposite. Right, like I appreciate it for what it was, but I know at the end of the day that's not what it should be.
Right.
Right. So I think I'm kind of a case of like the opposite, and I feel like most people I think strive for that. A lot of people struggle, but you obviously see in society, like what we talked about, like where unfortunately like a dad might be abusive, and the son ends up like the father,
Right, with those same traits.
the dad's a drunk and now the son's a drunk. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like you're just like your father, like kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Again, it comes down to self-accountability, but I definitely think that you know, at the end of the day, if you're watching this video, if you're whatever situation you're in, if you see good, copy it.
Right.
If you see bad, you can't use it as an excuse to stay that way. You have to get out of it.
Yeah, like everyone
You have to
has
remove
everyone
yourself.
has stuff they dealt with when they were kids. And at the end of the day, like when you become an adult, you have to see, like, you have to recognize what's bad behavior and what's good behavior and what you want to be.
Yeah, and I think that just shows emotional maturity. Like,
that's emotional intelligence.
Like when you,
that's what it is.
Like when you can have a conversation with someone and say, you know, this situation sucked. I'm well aware that this wasn't normal. I did what I had to do to get out of it. I addressed it. I confronted it. And I'm going to change it.
Yep.
Like when you have that conversation with someone, doesn't even need to be just it could be your friend.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, like this person gets it.
Yeah.
Like they take self accountability and they don't externalize all of their issues.
Right.
Like,
and no one's saying it's easy, because it's definitely not
for
easy.
sure.
Like it's very easy for you to go back to the way that you used to be, like reactive to certain situations and stuff like that. So it's definitely something you have to work on, but that's why, you know, that's what you have to do to be better. If not, you're just going to be like everyone else. Even grumpy, like, mean, like.
Yeah, even me, like growing up in that household, like again, single mom, like wasn't the best. Oh, okay, my mom did a great job. I don't want to make it sound like, but there were things about myself that I didn't necessarily like, but I knew it came from how I was raised. Like arguing with like my grandmother and my mom, and like, you know, just whatever regular shit. It is what it is. I knew I had to get out of it, right? So like I used to be super like I had like a switch. Like I used to not spaz, but like I'd be short tempered, right? Like anything could kind of make me mad.
Yeah.
Like anger. And that's not something I feel like I carry now at all, but I was mindful of it. Like, you know me now, I'm pretty calm.
Yeah.
Like I don't really like
get set off
about anything. I'm the most like got nothing to do with me. I'm out the way. But that's because I was mindful of it. And I worked on it like subconsciously. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it'd be little things about like road rage. I think this is a prime example. Yeah. Like I low-key will like bicker here and there if someone's dead ass being stupid on the road. But my mom has probably one of the worst road rages, right? Like we're from Massachusetts, right? So like she got that northeastern like anger to her, low-key.
That's hilarious.
So when I started driving, I would have it too. And like that shit would bother me. Now down here, I'm like, dumbass. Like I just keep it like pushing like it, but it'd be little things like that where like I used to get triggered by the same thing because I was like my environment. Yeah. And I feel like that just applies to a lot of things. That's just one specific example. But I was like, yeah, this is not okay. 100%. So yeah, parenting is a huge factor when it comes down to like obviously your development, relationships, because people don't think about it. Even like we're talking about like road rage and stuff like that all trickles into your relationship, right? Because you have road rage and your partner's in the car or whatever. Now that's affecting the energy. That's affecting them. Because now everything is just off. Right. You know what I mean? So that's something that I had to realize.
Yeah. And sometimes like the relationships you're in, if it's a healthy relationship, I feel like it'll bring out some of the traits that you're not the most proud of, because like I feel like every relationship tests you, obviously. So it'll bring out like things that you're like, oh man, I gotta work on that. Or if you don't care, then you're just gonna be that person and be angry and like, oh, that she'll deal with it, you know, but you don't want to be better. So a good relationship should bring out those things, and it's a good thing because then you can recognize it, work on it, and be better.
Yeah, 100%. But that's the thing, people know when it's not good for them and they don't embrace it. Like they don't embrace the change. Like people used to call me out on like, bro, like relax, like it's not that deep, like over the smallest inconvenience.
That plays into also like who you have in your life, because I feel like depending on the people who you surround yourself with, like they'll either make those things worse or call you out on it, and like you can recognize it and be better too. Like I will say, like my sister is a huge like factor in who I am today, like why I am who I am. And like obviously my parents too, but my sister, she's my older sister, obviously you know her, but a lot of things, like when I was in high school, I did a lot of stupid things, and I obviously like grew out of those things, but the only reason I did that is because I had her to kind of show me like, this is not who you are. Like these are not good things you want to live your life doing. You have to either switch, or you're going to create this environment where you're going to be this person that you don't even want to be, you know? So I think a huge factor is who you hang around with, because it's very easy to be around people who influence you, and they're like going to cheer you on in your bad behavior, you know? Because they don't want the best for you. So that's why my circle's very small. Like not a lot of people know about me, my life, like only the people I trust, you know? I got to value your opinion, because for me, the people I hang around with are very important. Like I got to be able to trust you, you know? And trust your opinion.
I can attest. Paulina does not have that many friends.
Okay. I'd rather it like that, honestly.
Be invite your friends. Camilla, what are you doing? That's about it. Shout out Kami.
No, I mean I have a good amount of friends.
No, she does. But I get what you're saying. Like in terms of like your inner core and like who you really established.
Like if I'm
with.
struggling with something, who am I going to? It's my sister.
Yeah.
The only person, and like my family.
Fair. Yeah.
That's it.
For sure.
I don't care for anyone else to know my business. Nor do I value truly anyone else's opinion.
See, that's crazy because I've met people who don't have that relationship, and they quite literally don't know how to communicate certain things that bother them because they never felt comfortable talking about it with their family. That's why it's so interesting to see everyone's family dynamic and like how they work and like how they operate. Well, that's why I'd say now I'm more mindful of like, does she have this in her life? I think it's so important. Something I've realized. Like before, I don't think I'd care. Obviously, you can't hold someone's family against them to some degree, right? But I like the fact that like you have to at least be cool with your family. Like if you talk shit about your family in the slightest, it's like,
but it just shows the type of person they are.
But maybe it shows the type of person of like, if you don't like being around your family, then it's kind of like, for me, it sets like a bad, and I mean like your core family, like
like mom, dad,
dad, siblings, like not like your aunts and shit, because that gets spread out the way.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, I don't really want to hang around your mom or your dad, I'm like, that's weird. Because like if we then have a family together, that's the grandparents.
Right.
And now that dynamic is down, I'm automatically brought into it. I'm automatic. Like whether...
Yeah, and like, I mean, no family dynamic is perfect. Like, I would always think that when I meet my future husband, like, we're going to be all fine and dandy and like, I'm going to love their mom and stuff like that. But like, that may not be the case. You
Facts.
know? Like, you can't control your husband or your partner's like family. You can't. They could be total pain in the asses and you just kind of have to eat it because you love the person. That's just how it is.
But that's the thing. I wouldn't deal with the family. So I would have to then tell, like, listen, like, this is a good talking point, I guess. Like, if I met a girl and she was like, I loved everything about her, like, I want a life with her, whatever. But, like, I don't like her family. But she was like, listen, like, I know my family sucks and, like, but we have to tolerate them. Why?
Because you don't marry the girl, you marry the family, too.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Like, no, I don't agree.
But that's just a fact.
No, but I don't agree.
Why?
Because so it's not a fact, because we don't have to entertain your family. Like if you know your family is chaotic and your family is nonsense, and I know families like this where not even like with girls, like I know some dudes who are in relationships with their girl, like they got to cut their own parents off because it's like they're spazzes.
I will say I think that there's a degree to it. Like, I think that if the mom is just annoying and nagging...
Yeah, like, I'm not here to entertain your mom.
Right, but there's little things that you can tolerate, and then there's big things that shouldn't be an option. Like, if your grandpa is, like, an alcoholic and you don't want him around your kids, that makes sense to me. Or if the family is, like, they do drugs and you don't want that around your family, that is okay. Like, don't talk to me. But if you have a mother-in-law who nags... and she just doesn't know how to shut her mouth,
whatever. Or problematic is a different
attitude, stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like
attitude. We finna go toe to toe. I'm not the one. I'm not the one.
But part of it's not gonna be perfect when you meet your girl to have like a fine and dandy family. Like that's just not realistic.
But then, again, you choose at the end of the day.
Right, but I don't know but that's how a relationship is. You pick your battles. Like if let's say you find a girl, you love her so much and you don't get along with her family, you find someone else, it might be the same thing. You can't choose that.
But whatever. We're talking, I get what you're saying. I personally, me, myself, and I want to be so close with your family. Like I want that because, like I said, I didn't have that.
Right. So it's important for you.
So like, yeah, I want that because I also want you, as the mother of my children, to go hang out with your mom. Like, go do things with your mom because realistically, as a man, I don't need to be around you 24/7. You're probably gonna want to do some women shit.
Yeah.
I hope you have a sister maybe, or you have best friends that also now have kids and y'all can go do women shit together.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? I want that. Now, again, if that's not the case, so be it. But I'd rather, if it came down to, I'd rather you, maybe hot take, I don't know. I'd rather a girl not be close with her parents at all if they were annoying and problematic, or the complete opposite. Like, you either have to be all in or all out. For me, like when we're in this gray area, religion, lukewarm.
Yeah.
Lukewarm. You get what I'm saying? When you're in this gray area, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's fake love. we're tolerating each other. I don't want that. Either we're all love or I'm not fucking with you. But that's how I am real life.
Right, but okay, so how I look at it is like if my husband's family is really annoying to me, right? I love my husband so much and his family is important to him and he wants to keep that relationship, like I'll deal with it. Like to an extent, like I said, there's different scenarios for everybody.
Yeah, once disrespect and everything becomes a factor, it gets so
right. But if they're just annoying in their own ways and like, oh, I hear, like, you know, I'll be around them for my husband. I love him. Like, it's sacrificial. I mean, that's what love is. Love is
for
sacrificing.
sure. And I get that aspect of it, but I'm talking about when it comes to like, yeah, the nagging, whatever, you deal with it, whatever, you entertain here and there, boom, see you later. Like, cool.
Yeah, because no mother-in-law, no father-in-law.
Yeah,
perfect.
cool, boom, in and out. But I'm talking about like the blatant like disrespect. Like, I don't like this energy.
What if you meet a girl and her parents are super annoying, but like it's important for her to keep that relationship with her family?
She's not my girl.
Okay.
What are we talking about? I mean, this is not my girl. Like, I mean, shit. Like,
so that's like,
God bless you.
So that's like a deal breaker for you. You have to have.
That's a deal breaker for me, for sure, because that goes back, and I think that, so like my first relationship, like she was super cool with her, close with her family. I mean, this is high school, but like this relationship kind of, this is a life lesson that it taught me, that when you let other people in your ear and you don't make kind of decisions for yourself because it comes from family members and people that you want to trust and you want to love, but you don't feel that it's right, but you still kind of have to value that opinion. And that sways how you view now me, aka family, in this factor. I don't want to be around that. And that's what I took from my first relationship. Like, listen, nothing against her at all, but like she really valued her family's opinions on certain things that to me were not true. Right. So I'm like, you're letting this be a factor in our relationship. Again, high school relationship. We're like 16, 17, 18. But I was still very much like mature on the aspect of like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like now, when, let's say, for example, if I meet a woman, sorry, because she'll be a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like full grown. If her opinions are swayed by family members, friends, you're not my girl. Like that means that let's say we get in an argument, right? This is another side thing that I think is huge for relationships, is that you don't go to your friend group with issues, like little nagging issues to your friend group, because like they're your friends, they're gonna have your back at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like,
but you see, like I don't think real friends would just tell you what you want to hear.
No, not so much that. Obviously, it depends on the situation. But if it's like little annoying shit, a real friend is gonna be like, work it out. Y'all are gonna be all right. Yeah. But again, not every friend is like that.
For sure.
And that's kind of out of your control, being the opposite person.
That's why you gotta surround yourself with people.
Correct. But that's what I'm saying. Like if I meet a girl, that's my girl, and now she goes to her friends or her mom or her aunt,
like,
whatever
what do
the case
I do?
Yeah, and she's like kind of nagging about me to them just because it's annoying in the moment. They're gonna view me in a bad light,
100%.
No matter what. Like, it's very rare, yes, you'll have that one person like, sweetie, you know, y'all are just arguing. Like, you're gonna be all right. But that's the thing. If she is a woman who gets swayed by that negative, you're not my girl.
But that's where you have to just find a girl who like is strong in her beliefs and her values, because
100%.
someone who is like that won't be swayed by anyone's opinion. Like, you'll take people's opinions, okay, see it for what it is, but you're like, okay, let me see what they're saying, if that's true, how is that, blah, blah, blah. And then you say, okay.
Yes, but
you take it and you do what you want with it, but it's not the reason, you know, like, oh, I can't make my own decision, so I'm just going to do what she says.
Yeah, like, but again, to go back to your initial question of, if a girl said it's this or that, I'd say, okay, well, then we're not together. Like, it's as simple as that, because I'm not going to be in this gray area.
Yeah.
That's not how I rock. It's this way or that way.
Yeah.
So that's just me personally.
I would agree.
God bless you.